Welcome to Working in Qount. This training video will address the procedures that should be used to record your time while working in Qount. When you log into Qount, you will be taken to your dashboard. From here, click on hashtag tasks in the main menu to take you to your assigned tasks. You can view tasks in a list or in a grid view. I'm currently viewing tasks as a list. Clicking this icon here will take you to a grid view. In either view, you can customize the number of tasks that are shown using the snapshot feature. Snapshot is the default view, but using the drop-down allows you to choose between all, the next 7 days, the next 30 days, past due tasks, or a custom range where you specify the beginning and end date. Clicking this icon here will take you back to the list view. For the duration of this video, I will be using the list view as it is my personal preference. However, know that you can open individual tasks from either the grid or list view by clicking on the client name. Here I will demonstrate opening a task from the grid view. I hover above the client name and click. The task is opened. I can use this icon to return to my tasks. I'm now in a list view, and I can hover and click on the client name to open the task. Either way, the resulting task window that opens is the same. Once I have my task open, I will click the clock icon to start and press record in the box that opens to start my timer. I will then review any open checklist items. In all accounting workflows, the first step the bookkeeper will see is that they need to verify that all statements have been received from the client. If something is missing, make a note of it in the task note field. Stop your clock manually by clicking the clock and then manually revert the status back to gather statement in the status bar. Notice that the task is now assigned to the virtual assistants. For the sake of this training, we're going to assume that we have received all the statements. So I'm going to manually move this back to bookkeeping. It is now reassigned to the bookkeeper. And I'm going to turn my timer back on and start working my way through the various steps of my checklist. I will make sure that I complete all of the items that are marked with a red asterisk, as those are mandatory. As I'm working, I will periodically save my checklist so that my progress is retained. If I'm unable to complete the work in a single session, I have a couple of options for stopping the timer. I can manually stop the timer by clicking the clock icon again. Or, if I have work for another client to complete, I can go back to my task list by clicking this icon. I can then select a new client, and I can click the clock. Notice that I now receive a warning that this timer will stop running on test client and a new timer will start working on test Worrell. I'm going to hit record to start the new timer. If at any time I find myself waiting for a response from a client to proceed, I can update my substatus to reflect waiting on client. This substatus may be removed by manually selecting bookkeeping from the status bar. When I've completed all mandatory tasks for a client, I will save my checklist and I can place a check mark next to the status to move it along to supervisory review. I may then return to my tasks and see if I have work for another client. If I do not have any additional work, or if I'm done for the day, I can return back to home and look at my dashboard. I can see here that I have left that timer running because I didn't stop it manually and I didn't start work on a new client. This is a good check and a good thing to do before you log out for the day. So in this case, I can now just hit the stop button to manually stop that from my dashboard. Periodically, we'll be updating our training. As always, if you have any questions, please send an email or a direct message to Tina or myself. Thanks for watching, and thanks for your cooperation in helping use the workflows.